That's right. Ain't no stopping this, all right? We're going to keep moving forward, all right? Had some connectivity issue, whatnot, all right? Jerome, I'm looking at you, brother. Okay, Jerome, part 2, here we go. Gonna move forward with this. Apologies. I don't know. Sometimes once in a blue moon, once in a while, we have some type of connection issue, but we're back on the live. Thank you very much for your support, dedication coming back on here. I know we were rocking and rolling. We were talking. You had all these questions. This is why I always put my email. You never know, right? You never know what might happen. You never know if some issue is going to arise and you'll have that email address. I didn't anticipate this issue arising with the internet connectivity issue. Internet's always been good, but for some reason today, Jerome, I'm looking at you. Today we had an issue, okay? But we're back on the live. So please feel free to put your questions in here as well. We're going to do some more questions and answers. Make sure to help you get to the other side, okay? And you've got my email. I'm putting my email in here again just in case. You never know, right? These types of silly things can happen. His email. Yes. Like we had last time, all of a sudden we had a connectivity issue, and I want to make sure to answer your questions, all right? So you can email me as well if I miss a question or we have some type of connectivity issue. I don't know what might happen, right? All right. Where can I get my free credit report? All right. Let me put that in there as well. So free credit reports are now available weekly. It used to be once every 12 months, but now they're available weekly through April 2021, okay? Due to this pandemic. And I'm going to put this here, annualcreditreport.com. Now, I personally believe they should be available to you whenever you want them for free. I think you should be able to look at your credit, all 3 reports for free, right? Especially these days, it's all online. What are they, sweating about? Why are they trying to hold back every 12 months, trying to hold this information back? Your information. So annualcreditreport.com. Just Heather was like, weekly with the emoji. Yes, weekly you can get one. I would imagine weekly means every 7 days. Okay. Actually, I could probably take a look. Well, it's great. When you do this request, I almost forgot. Make sure you really are on your focus, on your, drive, your P's and Q's when you're doing the questions. They ask you these trick questions to identify who you are, okay? So sometimes I'll ask you something like, did you get a mortgage in such and such a city or county or something like that? Maybe you don't have a mortgage. Or there'll be certain addresses on these questions, like, are you associated with any of these addresses? You want to make sure you put in the correct answers and really focus on these, because if you don't, you might get something saying like, oh, well, we're going to have to send you your stuff in the mail, your reports in the mail. So make sure you're doing that once a week. Said Jess, sorry, I was shocked. I agree. They should be more available. And they really should. There really shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't be able to look at your own credit reports, okay? How do I go about getting a new recent charge-off account off of my credit reports? You can dispute that now. You can dispute with 609creditrepair.com letters you can get in the Beyond Committed package. We can do the work for the Awesome Life Group. All right. Let me tell you. Sorry, I had to fix my collar. It looks a little odd. I'd tell you, just because it is a little bit newer, it's still an unverified negative charge-off, okay? You can dispute this now because Credit Repair starts when? It starts now. That's right. Anthony Smith. Brandon, you're the truth. Anthony Smith. Isn't there a UFC fighter, Anthony Smith? There is. Anthony Lionheart Smith. Is this Anthony Smith from the UFC? Maybe not. Thank you. I purchased 609. Do-it-yourself 609 credit repair package. All right, Beauty Roses. Thank you very much. How do I increase my scores? All right. If I don't have anything in collections, therefore nothing to dispute. All my credit cards have zero balance, although I have monthly reoccurring transactions on all of them. Okay, what's it good? You're paying them off all the time. Now, continue to do that. Continue to build your credit and continue, like we were talking before in the first live stream here before we got interrupted. All right. What you can do is you can start adding still good positive history with new credit cards. All right. The highest FICO earners tend to have about 12 revolving accounts, 12 revolving credit. And you also want to look into a good credit mix. Yes. So highest FICO earners tend to have at some point, not saying all at once, just like you don't have to get 12 credit cards at once, they have 5 installment loans, right? And you're like, 5, that's a lot. Well, maybe you had a car, you paid that off. That's one. Maybe you had a house you're paying on. Maybe you had another car that you paid off. Maybe you did a secure self-lender account, right? So it's easy. Maybe you paid off a car. Maybe you're paying a car now. Maybe you got a mortgage, right? And then you do a self-lender. You're already at 4. And that's just, talking about getting up your credit, giving the right mix, having the right on-time payment history, doing the 12 revolving cards, and make sure that you're using at least 3 of your revolving accounts. 3, because 2, it'll get you up there. 3 is what they're looking for. Okay. And that was a thing with me for a while. I was like, oh, I'm just going to use 2. I noticed that my credit score went down. I used 3, and I actually looked at the MyFICO app. If you look at the MyFICO app, they'll actually show you how to, kind of utilize their algorithm in their system. Oh, well, we want to see under 7%. We want to see you using 3 revolving accounts. We want to see you paying your bills on time. We want to see this, that, and the third, right? So check out myfico.com if it works for your budget. So you can see what they are looking for the FICOs. And each FICO, okay, is a little bit different. You'll see it. If you click FICO 8, it'll be a little bit different than on your mortgage FICOs, the FICO 4s, 5s, and 8, 4, 5s. 2 4s and 5s. Okay, FICO 2, 4, and 5 is what they use for mortgages because they have to be federally approved, Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac and all that good stuff. So that's why they use the older ones, and that's why I say now people are like, hey, what about these new FICO T, the trending FICO 10T and FICO 10? Those are going to take some time, if at all, to really be adopted. Remember, we're still using FICO 8, and FICO 9 is still available. Okay, Jay Gray, thank you very much for the super chat. All right. Jay Gray, does authorized user purchased AU trade lines history stay in your credit report for 7 years after no longer an authorized user? Okay. So if you're purchasing an AU trade line, typically it's put on about 2 to 4 weeks after you purchase an AU trade line. It'll boost your credit for that period of time and you'll get that on there. And then once you're off, it usually come off. Now, if you are on a family or friends and it stays on there and you leave them on there, then it would stay, right? So that's the good thing about friends and family and having authorized user trade lines with that. AU piggybacking can be fantastic, but even better is to get your own credit squared away, boost it up, get those good positive histories on there. If you're starting out and you're looking for something that you can get into, like a My Jewelers Club card or New Coast Direct, that may be right for you. Self.inc, self or secure loan can be very helpful. Okay. Can rent payments boost your credit score? King Brown, yes, they can indeed. Rental Karma, rent reports can do that for you. Let me see. Rent reporters and Rental Karma can do that. There might be some legislation coming down. Again, nothing yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. Legislation that allows for Congress and Senate and all this to vote on the potential of making the bureaus have to put your rental history and utility bills payments on your credit reports to boost your credit. Now, this is an interesting situation because right now it's optional. So you could use a Rental Karma, you could use an Experian Boost, you could use which we really haven't recommended here. Okay, most of the subscribe tribe really hasn't recommended that, but you could use something to put your rental history on, utilities on, a Rental Karma rent report or something like that. And as long as you're making the on-time payment histories, you can, right? If for some reason you're not, you could probably opt out of that stuff. But if it's on there because it has to be on there, it could be another situation where, you have to dispute some unverified negative junk if, something goes awry. So Can you use rental payments? Yes, you can. Make sure paying on time all the time, right? Fantastic. Okay. So we're coming up on it. I want to spend too much longer here. I know that it's unfortunate that I got broken up into two live streams, but I'll do a few more questions here. And I'm going to put my email address here again for everyone. Please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe tribe button. I appreciate it. All right. Helps me keep doing what I'm doing. Okay. Where can I find the account numbers? Okay. Can't find them on Credit Karma. That's right. Credit Karma isn't necessarily the best place to be looking at your credit. They only give you 2 credit reports. They're not giving you the partial account numbers. Annualcreditreport.com can be great. You can get your free reports. Credit Karma is free, right? Annual credit report is free, and you can do it once a week now, right, with the annual credit report. So you pretty much can get what you need from annual credit report, and you can get the partial account numbers. You'll only really ever get the partial account numbers because if someone pulls your credit and is looking at it, getting a loan, getting a house, getting a mortgage, getting a car note, getting a whatever credit card, you got somebody who's looking at it to help you go through this process, right? You'll only ever see the partial account numbers because it's your security. It's your information. They want to make sure that you're protected. So partial account numbers are fine to put on the 609 dispute letters just as they are in each credit bureau. So Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion might be a little bit different. So you want to put exactly what's on there for those reports and dispute it. Now, if it is different, you can utilize that to be able to show them that their standard reporting isn't all standardized and they're doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and that you could dispute that negative, nasty, erroneous items, get them out of there as well, okay? All right. Was the best site to get credit scores? Typically, My FICO is usually the best site to do that. It's the real FICO. There are some other sites that will give you your FICO scores, but they've experienced doing it. Some of the other credit bureaus might be doing it. Credit cards, some credit card companies are doing it, but the My FICO is the true FICO score, and if it works for your budget, that might be best. Okay. If you are added to an authorized user on the credit card, will it lower the original owner's score? So if you are worried, you're saying, hey, you know what? I don't have, the best credit right now. I have less than perfect credit. Okay. And you need to boost your score and somebody adds you as an authorized user, it will not affect their credit, right? Unless, of course, for some reason, that person starts charging up money on that account, right? And their credit utilization goes up, it'll affect their score and yours, right? So Jay Brown, yep, put my email, Jay Gray, put my email there as well. All right. So typically, no, it doesn't work the other way where it's like they put you on as that credit card. And it's usually just that credit card, right? That line of credit. It's not looking at all your credit reports and then pulling it over and bringing that person's credit score down, okay? Yes, I'm put on what's the dates and times? What's the time you go live? thesubscribetribe.com. You can jump on thesubscribetribe.com. You'll get an email from me, the dates and times of when I go live. I appreciate it. Okay, fantastic. So we're doing excellent here. I really appreciate everybody coming on the line on the second half of this. I appreciate it. We're going to let everybody go enjoy their weekend. Next time, Jerome, we're going to have the email squared away. We're going to have everything squared away. And I'll put the email here again. We're going to have the internet squared away. I don't know why we had an internet issue, but one more dismissed bankruptcies. Okay. We have a special dismissed bankruptcy letter. Okay. I'm going to talk to you about this real quick. All right. Specific letters you can get the Beyond Committed package, 609creditrepair.com. All right. And it talks about how this account all right, has been dismissed. So it's no longer in the eyes of the law to be considered anything, okay? It hasn't even been, may not even have a date of adjudication or a date of order relief, okay? In accordance to the Fair Credit Reporting Action, right? And if Fair Credit Reporting Act 1618A5, all right, this needs to be investigated, okay? You can also contact the courthouse too and show that, hey, they don't give information to third parties, right? Okay. But they're not supposed to be keeping these bankruptcies dismissed, bankruptcies on there, these reports that are in the eyes, in any case, right? Civil or otherwise. Once dismissed, it's no longer exists. It's no longer exists in the eyes of the law, all right? Case may not even have been properly adjudicated, actually been adjudicated, okay? They have no right to maintain this type of information, okay? Dismissed bankruptcy, very specific stuff, okay? 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up. I love you all so very much. I'm glad that I could be of service here and come back on the live stream. Again, apologies for that strange internet connection. I don't know what happened, but next time, next week, next Saturday, we're going longer. We're going to do it better, all right? Bigger and better, all right? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.